Now, welcome back to another activity. So, this one is you're going to visit an online art museum. Here's some links. Smithsonian, Moa, and Keith Harris. Let's get started. Alrighty, so we're going to visit an art museum. And I did have several different links of art museums you could go to. You could do that one, but I'm going to do the one that is closer to us. Dim. Technical difficulties. Actually, technical difficulties didn't actually send me where I needed to do. So, we're going to the Denver Art Museum's website. Been to this one several times. It's a cool museum if you ever go to. Whenever we get to, go back to the museums again. It's a very cool art museum. It's very close. And very close to us. There's another one, and I know you guys experienced that one when the Artmobile came to our school. That was another art museum that's in Laramie. That's a cool one. Of course, there's several other museums that actually do occasionally show art. The Old West Museum, yeah, you know, in Frontier Park. The State Museum also shows art. They're not technically art museums, but they occasionally do show art and artifacts. In which technically that's what art museum is, even though art museums focus more on art side of things. They also have artifacts, because those artifacts are also considered art in there in many ways. So, but now, so here is, so this is one that says explore our online collection. So let's do that. What do they have? Ooh. So, have several pieces. And you're just kind of going to explore them. Ooh, that chandelier. That's cool. So, I actually was, when the Monet exhibit was in Denver, I actually went into the museum and saw this chandelier. It's cool. It's very cool. It's huge. But it was very cool. So I actually saw it in this real life, but here's the name. So it was created by Fred Wilson, American. He's still alive, 1954. Media, glass, clear, blown glass, brass, steel, light bulbs. Man, and then of course some credits. Sometimes how the thing was funded in the first place, how the art museum actually got the piece. That's all these things here. What's this one? That's a that one. I go with here. See, that's when you look at one piece of art and you find another piece. This is one way you could visit art museums. Going to museums it's nothing like going to a museum and see that work personally, but this is a good way to see artwork. And of course, this one is by. Oop, we went too fast. By Cameron Tafaya, and she was born in 1902, died in 1995, and her active when making these things, it was 1925 to the year she passed away. Cool. It's a jar. It's probably what it is a coil type pot, which is traditional pot making. It's probably, by looking at it, is probably fired in a, basically in a fire pit firing. This clay painted. It could be painted, but I think that it's still painted that way. Looking a little more, height of it is 12 feet to 12 and 3/8 inch, and diameter is 11 and 7/8 inches. It is native arts. Is in the department is in native arts. Collections of native art, American Indian arts. Was purchased in 1997 from the House of Slockley, Albuquerque, New Mexico, by Virginia Vera Martin. Actually, it was gifted. It was originally purchased, but it was gifted to the museum in December 9th, 2003. Most art museums today, actually all of them today, I don't really see very many museums actually buy art anymore. They actually get gifted to them. Occasionally they do buy it and do purchase, but generally most museums, especially high-end museums, don't really buy art anymore. They get gifted. Some still do, especially newer artists, especially contemporary artists. They generally do buy that. So awesome. So here's more artwork. So we did a pot here. That's a traditional pot. So I'm thinking, here's a painting of landscape. Ooh, Yosemite. Of course, when you look at this artwork, even though looking at the descriptions down here, is sometimes go and look at it and describe what you see. You know, of course, it's a rolling, it's a kind of a valley. Assembly is not. It isn't in view assembly. Canada is not the main valley of. Probably this is the valley that leads into it, but there. You have the mountains and of course the river that goes down this canyon. You could tell it's kind of, you could describe the colors. For instance, here's some, I see it's kind of muted. Most of it is in browns. There's a few blues and maybe some yellows, and there's some greens over here, but this is very brownish, very dull. It's kind of like it's on dusk, this painting wise. It was painted in ooh. What? Hi up and what? Hi up and alright. Let's top Denver Art Museum again. Sometimes technical difficulties happens. And that happens. Oh, this is a cool one. Over here, right show. Ooh, there's even a video on this one. I have to do the video just a minute here. So, alright. So, sometimes they have video of the exhibit actually there. So, I actually went to this show too when I was in Denver watching the Monet. It's not doing what it needs to do. Technically, so, alright. Never mind. But they show this is a room. It's kind of, if you go to the, like, into the carnival and Frontier Days, sometimes they have this hall of mirrors and stuff. This is basically what that is. There's several very high-tech mirrors out there all around you, and there's just slightly a little light in there, kind of green light, and basically you walk down this hall with all this glass, and there's you up there, multiple things. That's very cool. Alrighty. Where's Neo here? That's current exhibit. So I'm going back down here, back to where we originally was. This is a view. Start with that one. And then we went down here, and then we picked that one. Maybe see it's going to see. Maybe we go back where we originally was going, thinking about, because yeah, here where we were. Back to the Symphony. So, of course, this, as I said, go and explore this painting. Even start talking about with your siblings or your parents, anyone that's friends. Even if you do this in Zoom, you could do this in Zoom. This is a good thing for Zoom or FaceTime, something that you guys could all talk about this artwork. So which other one here? Should I do one more exploring? How about this horse? So this is called Yellow Rain Jacket. 1989. The artist was Daniel W. Corning, American, still alive, 1935. Works location Colorado. So this is a local artist. Painted. Currently not on view. Means it is in a safe place in the archives of the museum. Generally without, probably that won't have the frame on it. A lot of times it is in a flat file. But just like before, kind of explain and look at the details of the saddle, kind of saddle it is. Even the details on the horse, even maybe on the background there. And just kind of explain the thing, what you like about it, what you dislike about it. But hopefully you have fun, and I see you next time in the next lesson.